In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how we can use Orderflow to spot tops like this and how Delta can help us make a more informed decisions when trading these markets. So as we come over and look at the S&P 500, we can see right out of the gate on Tuesday morning, we had a 9 count. We broke that and the market continued to rally up. However, knowing where the market is likely to turn could be very beneficial for us traders, especially if you like to scalp the markets. And if you don't want to play the reversal, at least you could use what I'm about to share with you guys as an opportunity to start tightening up your stop loss orders. So that way, if the market does snap back like it did right here, you do not give back all of your profits. So how can we go ahead and identify this level right up here? So when we come over and look at the volume profile, is it using volume profile that could tell me we are likely going to go ahead and turn at that area? The only volume profile level that we basically had was value area high, which came in at 54.82. If we draw a horizontal line right across that zone, that does line up with those wicks. But wait, it's not just all about that. In trading, we want to build confluence around a specific zone. So if we come over here and we take a look at bookmap, you might say, Mike, I don't understand. What are these bubbles all about? What are these lines going on the chart? No need to worry. I want to share with you guys something real quick. The horizontal lines going across the screen are going to represent resting liquidity in this market. If it's above price, it's going to be resting limit orders to the sell side. And if you look right up here at about 54.85, you can see we had 174 resting orders to the sell side. So what do you think is likely going to happen as the market comes up towards that area? You can see it right up here. We get a big green bubble and then we push up higher with another green bubble. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what the bubbles are inside a bookmap, just think about this as aggressive traders. The larger the bubble, the greater the aggression to that side. If they're green, more aggression to the buy side. If it's a big red bubble, more aggression to the sell side. Now, we can use charts like footprint charts. Now, we can use footprint charts and stuff to see Delta, but I got to be honest with you, just look at the size of the bubble is a huge win. You don't have to sit there and stare at the numbers. Also, as we're coming up towards this area, notice where that key level is. We also have 455 stop loss orders being triggered right as we're coming into that area. And then look, as we pushed above this large bubble right here, notice how the aggression did not continue to increase as we started to come up. We've seen the aggression starting to weaken, and then we've seen the market start to falter and pull back here just a bit. And I want to show you something a little bit different. We talked about the big bubbles up here and then how the bubbles got smaller, and then we got a little bit of a reversal. Well, look right here. As the market started to head back down, we had a large red bubble, which means aggression to the sell side. And when we broke that, we had a smaller bubble, but we continued to keep breaking the bubbles to the downside. We had another large bubble, but then look what happens as we come all the way down. You can see we have large bubbles and then the bubbles start to get a little bit smaller. And then what do we have down here at the lows? Once again, we have 396 contracts stopped out. We had 489 iceberg orders. And when you think about iceberg orders, just know that's going to be larger players in the market. So if the larger players, as we're coming down, are starting to try to position on the long side, then guess what? If we're in a position to the sell side, that gives us a heads up. At minimum, we should start to tighten our stop loss order. That way, if the market does snap back like it did here, we give back less of the profits that we have in this trade. Now, that same principle can be applied as we're coming up towards this liquidity level that we talked about up here. Once we started seeing the big Delta bubbles, then guess what? And knowing that we had liquidity right above us, if we were long from anywhere lower priced from earlier in the morning, then just note, as we're coming up here, we can start to basically trail these bubbles with our stop loss orders. We know there's sellers lurking right up above. So if the market is going to turn, we want to be quick and ready to exit the trade. And then once you see this smaller bubble after the big bubble and we start breaking that, that could be a clear sign. Let me go ahead and exit. That way we don't give back a whole lot on this trade. If you look at this candle right here and you say, all right, I caught this move on the way up. Yeah, we came into some selling orders, but you didn't sell until the close of that candle or until that candle closed or until we broke the low of the candle. Look at how drastic that difference is. That is a difference of 17 S&P points. If we come over here and we look at bookmap real quick, notice from this area right here, when we started breaking below the low of that bubble, that gives us an exit price point of about 54.82.5. We're going to round down. Now, 54.82.5 would be all the way up here, almost at the tippy top of that candle. So look at the difference. And if you do this repetitively over and over throughout the day, just think about how much this can actually add to your P&L in the long run if we're able to get out of trades at critical turning points in the market, or if we're looking to enter this market because we already had the liquidity, we had the delta shifting up there that we could see looking at bookmap. And if you're just looking at this from a candle structure standpoint, imagine getting in the market way up here versus entering the market way down here. Again, that's a huge discrepancy. Now, if you guys want to take a look at bookmap and you want to get the best deal out there, make sure to use the link in the description box down below.